Welcome to another hard-hitting edition of Tackling a New Kingdom. I am your host, Tank Johnson, and today we have a living legend, a Pacific Northwest treasure who the entire world adopted as his own, a three-time NBA slam dunk champion, a semi-pro boxer, a beach boy to you, but one of the last two-sport dynamic athletes, my little brother, Nathaniel Robinson. Nate Rob, how we doing, brother?
What's up, Tank? How you doing, man?
Man, I am happy and excited. And it's an absolute pleasure to get you on the show and take time to chop it up with a legend. Okay, on this show, we tackle something current.
Yep.
We tackle something real, and then we tackle something controversial, and we get you out the door on something light. Okay, so now moving into something current. As we've recently seen, yet another kid from the Pacific Northwest, Seattle to be specific, is the #1 pick in the draft. We want to know right now, what's in the water that's making all them quality hoopers up there, Nate?
Honestly, man, ever since guys like Doug Christie, Jamal Crawford, Jason Terry, and I'm naming the OGs before us. They gave us the blueprint. They gave us the ability to think for ourselves. They gave us the ability to see that you can make it. They gave us the blueprint. They showed us. They showed us by leading by example. It wasn't like they told us you got to do this. They just lead by example. Like, bro, we're in the same neighborhood. We grew up in the same area. And if I can do it, you can do it. And they passed that down to each person. And we did the same thing. When I made it, and I was like, man, if they're making it, I don't care if I'm 5 foot. No, I know I can do it. So I just, opened up the floodgates with myself and others that came after me, especially from guys from Rainier Beach High School. We have like 7 NBA pros from one high school alone. I think that's the most in a public school era and probably in the nation.
Wow.
Like from one high school to have 6 NBA players and all of them go in the first round.
That's wild. No, I mean, I mean, off the top of your head, let's go through at least 10 guys from Pacific Northwest. Okay, I know Jason Terry, Jamal Crawford.
I'm gonna name some that you ain't gonna really know. Brian Scalabrine, Luke Rittenauer, Rodney Stuckey, Michael Dickerson.
U of A.
What's his name? Buddha Edwards that played for the Pistons, won championship. Big Buddha, he's from here. I'm trying to think who else.
Wow, these are names I don't even know.
Aaron Brooks, Peyton Steva, of course, Jason Terry. You got Brandon Roy. Man, I can keep going down the line. Let me see who else is that. Terrence Williams, DeJounte Murray, Kevin Porter, myself, Jamal Crawford. Oh man.
That's crazy.
Zach LaVine. The shooter from what's his name? The shooter from Brooklyn. He plays right now. He's a shooter.
I know I don't know his name, but I know he popped out on me too. I was like, he's from Seattle.
Yeah, he's from Washington. Yeah. I mean, we got the list. The list keeps going, bro. There's so many guys. Malachi Flynn that plays for Toronto. Isaiah Thomas. Avery Bradley. I'm trying to think who else. I don't want to.
Avery Bradley's from Seattle.
He's from Washington, Tacoma. Same as
Isaiah. Tacoma, Washington. I kind of consider it the same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
That's crazy, man. I don't think folks truly understand.
Martell Webster.
Montel. That's another one. Another good one. He was around my time.
He came out of high school. My year, he came in the draft and went number 4 in my draft class. I was like, tough. That was tough.
Man, it's just crazy because I mean, no matter where I go around the country, I don't think people know about the culture up there. Now,
it's some in the water, like you said. John Brockman, he went to UW. He from out north.
Yeah,
he went to the league.
He played for Sac, didn't he?
He played for Sacramento. Played for Milwaukee. He played for a couple teams.
Okay, so I got to ask you a question. So, up there in that nest of Seattle, do you think it's the competition or the brotherhood
It's
or
both.
both?
Yeah,
Because
it's both.
I'm not sure. Like I'm not sure what happened between DeJounte and poor Paolo Banchero.
It's just better,
But
basketball
that
when you talk shit, you kind of get heated and when a young person, young guy, say to baby boy, they ain't coming to see you, they coming to see me. Like I'm the number one pick. They ain't coming to see you. So baby boy took that as like disrespect. Like don't disrespect your elders. Like I'm older than you. Like you used to come rebound the ball for me and ask me for basketballs and tips and everything. Like don't disrespect me. So Paolo just got to stay in his lane and stay humble. You know what I'm saying? And understand that there's guys that came before you because you got big shoes to fill. You the number one pick. You got to represent Washington, and you number one pick. You got to represent because
and you're gonna need those brothers.
Exactly. Everybody that's played from Washington has put on, and you got big shoes to fill being the number one pick. So you just gotta humble yourself. But he's a good kid, man. He just getting caught up in the heat of the battle, just talking a little shit, just standing his own ground, which I don't blame him. But it's just what you say. You gotta watch what you say to certain guys because they put in work just like you.
Yeah, it seemed deeper than what meets the eye. And it's funny because I watched all the people on YouTube weigh in. They
don't know. They're just going off what they see. They don't really know what's going on because they're cool today. Like they're still cool. Like they talked about shit, whatever. Unfollowed did the shit, but they chopped it up. Jamal Crawford came in, played Big Brother. Mediated the whole conversation, and they chopped it up, and everything's good.
No. I mean, and speaking to that, I mean, like now that you're in the position as a elder statesman, from the Seattle area, I can appreciate your input on it too, because what you say that weighs a ton up there. So to hear you say like, it's just
when I saw it happen, I called Jamal immediately and said, "Mo, you know what you got to do, right? You got to go take care of that because you the big bro. I'm little bro to you, so I'm coming to you because you the one that can make it happen. You the one that can get it done." And he got it done, bro. Like, and people respect Jamal. Jamal does so much in the community, so much for everybody that he's ever been accounted, like been around, bro. He's been a cool dude since day one, never changed. Stand-up guy, bro. And when I heard that he squashed it, he had him squash it, and they talked about it because it's like I told him, it's us versus the world. It ain't us versus each other. Right. And that's what people got to understand. Like, we're not hating on each other. That's one thing we don't do here. We actually show love to each other. We support each other.
That's why it was so weird. It was like, whoa, I never seen two Seattle guys go at it.
I mean, it's funny. Me and Jamal used to beef like that, but not like because they didn't have social media. But we beef more like on the court too. Like we always played against each other. Like in his pickup games, I don't want to play with him. I want to play against them. The only time we play together is we go play some other guys from like LA when we play the Drew League, or we go to Canada, or we go somewhere else in New York. We'll play together. But when we're here, it's competition. Like we want bragging rights. Oh yeah, I cooked you this game and blah blah blah. So me and Maul got into it like that before, like going back and forth, exchanging words, and we get on the court and get after each other. But afterwards, it's always love. It's always respect, and that's what you gotta have. That you gotta understand. One's big bro, and he's superior to you. So you gotta, not saying you gotta back down, but you're a king just like he's a king, but he's just before you. So you just gotta respect it. You know what I'm saying? And dap it up, understand, respect, is a big key. And that's what we follow that.
Man, no, that's real. As a adopted Seattle son, I consider myself, I consider Seattle like a second home. I always
it's home for you, for sure.
Yeah, man. I always want to recognize just the rich talent. And I just want Seattle to come up when they talk about these basketball and football hotbeds of athletes. So I always try to put on, but that is tackling something current. We're gonna switch to tackle something real. Okay.
Yeah.
I think some people understand how good you were at football, but I think I want everyone to know. I want to be able to tell a specific story about two specific plays. And it's funny because we remember it different, but you have a mind like an elephant, and so do I. And you remember it as Cal.
Yes,
but I specifically, but this could have been something different because
it probably could.
I remember we were playing against Oregon State, and future Hall of Famer Steven Jackson ran a sweep to your side. And it looked like at the time, because I was looking at you on the wide side of the field, you had to make a business decision.
I wasn't getting ran over.
to potentially two-sport first rounder. The first time Steven Jackson ran your way, the way I remember it, you dove on the ground. Steven Jackson went around, had a hefty gain, and when we went back to the sideline, you and I had a conversation when we went back to the sideline.
I said, I'm not getting ran over. He ain't about to make a fool of me. Like,
and that's true. That's true. And so, but what happened next, I think was something of legend. Okay, because they came back to that same formation. We had just had a heated conversation on the sideline. They motioned the guy to the short side of the field, which left you one-on-one, and you ran through the nation's top running back, flipped him in the air, and made him do a somersault. It was at that moment that I was like, I fucking love this kid. I hated him 10 seconds ago, and I love him 10 seconds. Can you tell me, like, was that a moment where you just had to step up to the plate, or was that like a moment where you felt you had to prove yourself?
Well, I wanted to prove myself to you guys from jump. You know, I wanted to be a part of the, the cool guys, the guys that are older, the veterans, the guys that really, played a lot, that really, you guys got to sit in the front of the plane in the luxury seats. Y'all got to do a lot of cool shit, and I wanted to be a part of that. I was like, I'm one of you guys. So when that day happened, I was like, man, I know I'm gonna have a tough time. He got me by like 100-some pounds. Yes. And I'm like, bro, he's not about to just run me over. So I remember that play. And the next play, I'm like, man, I'm about to show these guys that I can really do this. Like, I ain't no little weenie little freshman. I'm actually a ball player. Don't look at me as my, as being young. I can play this game.
And I don't mean to interrupt you, but I will say this. You were such a highly touted recruit. And as a freshman, you got on the grass. And so there's always that little bit like, let me see it, young fella. Let me see.
Yeah. So when I came to UW, I was hyped. I got the chance to play with you guys, and I was like, okay, they asked me if I want to play offensive defense, and I seen how you guys moved. I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely playing defense. I can't. The offense is a little not soft, but they're a little, they're a little different.
We'll call them passive.
Yeah, I was like, man, I had to get on that defensive side. That who every time we make a good pay, who. So
we up there.
So that game, I was focused on just trying to tackle him. Just make sure I get enough tackles and slow him down, and everybody's got to come clean him up because I know he was going to be stronger than me, drag me or whatever. And that happened a couple of times during the game when I came up and tried to, get them legs, and he just kept kicking them legs, and he drugged me a couple of times, and y'all had to come make the tackle. But I just wanted to earn you guys' respect, and I wanted to, be a part of what what you guys are bringing, and you guys made it so much fun and easy for me to be myself. Even with the messing up, because I always came back and I always fixed it. And I think that day when me and you had that heated conversation, you just reminded me of what my dad would say to me when I was coming up. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of greatness. Go out there and show them what you can do. You know what I'm saying? He put on his shoes just like you do. He just bigger. Figure out a way to get it done. And I can just hear my dad in my head as you're talking to me. I was picturing my dad, and I was like, man, Tank is one of the leaders on the team, and whatever he say, I gotta make sure I do that shit. And after that, I was just like, fuck it. I just went hard. And I was like, man, we got the job done. I ended up getting to pick that game. We ended up beating them like 40-something to 20.
Yeah.
14 or something. I forgot what it was, but we beat the shit out of them. And it was good because we went on a run after that. We beat them. We beat Oregon. We went Wazoo, beat Wazoo, number 3 team in the country. And we was rolling. We should have been one of the top ranked teams after, we should have beat Michigan. We had 12 players on the field on that third down, that big last 4th down.
Yeah.
That game. And you know what I'm saying? It was just unfortunate, but we had a great season. We had great guys. I still run into a lot of guys, man. I ran into what's his name? 34.
Carruthers. Greg Carruthers.
Greg Carruthers. I ran into him and his kids and his family at the trampoline place the other day. Yeah. I see Tuiasosopo, Zach all the time out here in Issaquah where I live. So it's always cool seeing the old guys that we played defense with and went to UW with, man. It just brings back great memories.
Yeah, you know what, man, that's kind of a perfect segue because when you were raised by us, a yes. group of guys who we wanted to get the most out of a man by any means necessary. Do you think that's, the old way of doing it where we could chastise the young guy, but if the guy knew that we loved him, he knew that we weren't getting on him for anything crazy.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, and so now the athletes are so coddled, and I'm not sure you can yell at a guy like I yelled at you that day and watch you respond. Can you speak to those two dynamics of how do you get the best out of a young player?
I just think that you just keep it real. Like, you kept it real with me. It wasn't no, like, you're just trying to big boy me or big brother me. Like, you just kept it real. Like, bro, this is what you see. This is what I see, Nate. This you messing up, blah, blah, blah. This is what you need to do. Fix it and stop being scared. Like, that's me respecting my big bro. Like, all right, he's telling me something, let me do it. Like, I believe in him. He believes in me. So let me go out here and do what I'm supposed to do. But it's just now, like, they soften up football so much. They cater to the kids so much. Like, it's like everybody got a silver spoon in their mouth. They ain't come from the gut, from the mud. We came from the mud. You feel me? Like you saying, like, I remember your car, you had no windshield wipers, and nigga, you was driving the car like Ace Ventura out to giving people rides back, to campus. They don't even remember that.
Man.
So I'm like, bro, like, we came from hard times, bro. I was catching the bus all the way until I was a junior in college, bro. Catching the bus and getting rides, bro. I had no license, no nothing. Coming out, getting out the mud. You feel me?
Straight up 23rd.
You feel me? Getting rides right back to the hood. Like, bro, like, we came from the mud. Like, I don't think these kids, they're just, you know what I'm saying? Especially with social media, and it's changing the world, bro. So I just think that they're coming in a little soft and catered to and pampered, and they get everything. You know what I'm saying? When I went to UW, I was just like, man, I wanted to come to UW and do better than what my dad did. That was one goal of mine. I wanted to play football. I told Coach Neuheisel and every team, every school that I went to go visit, if I can't play football or basketball, I'm not coming here. That's a fact.
That's a fact.
If I can't do both, I'm not coming. Coach Neuheisel said, man, I want you to do everything if you can. Man, when he told me that, I was like, man, I'm going to UW. I decommitted I was supposed to go to USC. I decommitted out of SC. I'm going to UW. They just told me what I wanted to hear, because SC only wanted me to play football, and then when I went on my basketball visit, they only wanted me to play basketball. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to go to this school. I want to go to a school that's going to let me do both. And UW did that.
Man, I can appreciate your answer so much, because I was just telling my wife the other day about how, like, we in our generation, I feel that when the coaches came and recruited us and patted us on the back and told us how great we were, I think we had a realistic expectation of when we got to campus, it was going to be even, right? It was all going to be even. I think these kids now feel like how coaches are when they're recruiting them is how they're going to be when they're playing for them too.
It's way different. It's different.
Way different, right?
Now we're playing, and now they expect more out of you because of, we gave you the scholarship, we got you here. Now you have to perform and do, as we move. And this is the system, how we're running our system. Some guys are system guys and some guys are not. Some guys can fall in line and some guys can't. It's
funny when I see a kid in a transfer portal and he says, oh, well, the coach lied to me. And I'm always looking at the TV like, he lied to all of us.
Yeah, facts.
They lied to all of us.
Just so we can get there. He just want to make sure we get there. So they just got to understand, when you get to college, bro, is how you play. That's how you stay on the field. That's how you stay on the court. That's how you stay anywhere, whatever sport you do. You have to perform. If you don't perform, you do not play. It's that simple. People don't understand that. Like, yeah, okay, we told you who's going to play. Now we want you to duke it out with this guy who we recruited too. We want to see who's better. Man. Now you guys got to figure out who's gonna want this spot more, because it's only one spot. And it's two of you guys. And you know what I'm saying? So it's only one spot. You got to figure it out. And I'm like, you know what? When I came in, I said, I'm going to show them everything I got. I'm going to show them on my offensive side. I'm going to show them my defensive side, how much of a pit bull I am. When I'm going against Reggie Williams every day in practice, nobody want to go ones with him. I'll go every time with this nigga. I don't care.
Right.
Yeah, he's going to beat me sometime, but sometimes I'm going to win. And sometimes we're going to tie. And I'm going to be right there on him. So he made me better. He made me like ready to guard anybody in the pack at that point.
Well, I don't say this lightly. When I think of LeBron James, the reason why I think he's one of the greatest is because I feel he had the most on his shoulders and the most he had to prove
since his junior high school.
And I want to say that, Nate, you were an athlete like that with so much on your shoulders. And then not only did you have it on your shoulders, you said, nah, scoop some more. I'm going to play two sports.
Yeah,
and you proved yourself. So I just want to say right now on tackling a new kingdom that I want to give you your flowers. You are one of
I appreciate it.
the greatest athletes of my lifetime, and it was an honor to have you on a team. And so that is tackling something real. And now we're gonna slide down.
One more thing, something real.
Go ahead, tell me.
You remember when you came to Arizona State and gave me your jersey after the game? You was like, whoever has the most points is gonna get the jersey. It was Will, Brandon, we was always playing. I said, I'm definitely getting that jersey. I said, y'all don't even rock with Tank like I rock with him because he played football. That's been my guy. Man. So I went out there and scored like 24. And then NCAA, Coach Romar made me give the jersey back because the NCAA was on our heads about it. I said, bro, a jersey? I said, my man can't even give me a jersey?
Like my bro, but hold up. Let me wherever my house is at, I keep this jersey close.
That's lit.
To me. I when you threw it to me, bro, it just felt so good, man. I gave you one, you gave me one.
That was lit.
That was a beautiful.
I can't wait to make it to the league. I said, if I got made it to the league, I'm going to get into the league. I'm there.
Bro, well, that's dope. Okay, so now we're going to tackle something controversial. Yep. You had the opportunity to be a part of some magical March Madness teams full of upperclassmen. Do you think the one and done has significantly changed the landscape of hoops?
I mean, it changed a lot. I mean, it changes lives. It changes the culture of basketball for the college kids. They need to go back to letting the guys come out of high school, bro. Honestly, they need to just let the kids go because some kids are just born. They're just ready. Some kids don't last in college. College ain't for some kids, bro. And that's just the truth.
You firmly believe that?
I firmly believe that. I've seen guys. There's so many guys that went to college that could have went to the pros straight out of high school. Literally straight out of high school, bro. Trae Young, guard, he could have went out of high school. Guys like Andrew Wiggins, he could have came out of high school ready to go off the rip. Because they went one and done, and they're just as good as that year. They just could have went to the NBA. They just went to college. But I think that.
So you don't think the one and done? Because I mean, I just look at the teams that you were on when the sophomores and juniors that made. And seniors that made such an impact, and I'm just and then I look at guys like Baby Boy, right?
Those are guys that wanted, like me. I wanted to go to college. It wasn't like I mean I could have, if they was asking me to go to the league out of high school, I probably would be like, yeah, okay. If you think I'm good enough, I'm out of here.
I'm gone.
But my goal as a kid, when I wake up in the morning, when I was a kid, me and my dad used to watch Saturday football, college football. Mm-hmm. That was something that meant something to me. Watching college basketball, watching the NCAA tournament, it meant something to me. I want to be one of those kids.
Right.
And then I want to go to the pros. But college meant something to me. So I just think that our era was the era where we wanted to go to college. Now, kids don't want to go to college. Kids want to go straight to the pros. They're like, bro, I'm good enough. Why do I got to waste my time going to college? And then I'm going to college, we can't make no money.
Man,
like now they can. Back in the day, we couldn't make no money. We was broke. We had nothing to our names, bro. All we had was a meal card. They gave us a meal card to come to college to play. And we're making them billions of dollars every week.
Man.
You imagine that every week there's 86,000 people in UW Stadium, bro, selling jerseys, memorabilia, coming to watch us play. Like you're getting all this bread, and you guys are not sharing it with none of the players. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's big crazy. Big crazy.
That's big crazy. I really think about it, bro. We had to really, like, that's when people was doing dumb shit, kids stealing shit, trying to sell shit, we don't got no money. Yeah. Y'all wonder why we doing dumb shit. Like you guys eating, y'all sitting comfortably in y'all offices and making billions of dollars. And we're sitting here struggling, playing football every week. And then we got to be eligible. We got to go to school, go to class every day just to be eligible to play a game that we love when we shouldn't have to do all that, bro.
No, I think the system needs adjusting for sure. I don't know if, I've talked about it on other shows. I agree with the way the NIL deal. I think it's an overcorrection right now. But, one of my questions was going to be, if you were President Mike Emmert, Mike Emmert was the president of University of Washington when we were there. And now he's the president of the NCAA. He's about to leave now, but he's been the head of the NCAA for the last 10 years, going through all the bullshit and controversy. He was there at UW when we were there. But
Okay.
but my question was, if you were Mike Emmert, what would you like to see pass at the NCAA? And it sounds like you're saying if a guy's ready to go out of high school, you just let him go.
Let him go. I think they need to change that rule. I think some guys are ready. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Some guys are ready. I think that he needs to fight for everybody on the team, unless you're the quarterback, unless you're the star player. But everybody on the team should get some type of stipend, money, so everybody's eating. Every
Okay.
single person. Unless you're a top tier 5-star and you're the guy and there people's coming to see you selling your jerseys, then that guy should get those are the guys that should get the big deals and whatever you're trying to fight for. But everybody should get something, bro. Even the last player on the team, the water boy, whoever, you go to college, you work, you do something for the team to help us win, to help us, you should get paid.
I know that you are a big movie buff.
Oh, for sure.
Have you seen the movie National Champions?
No, I haven't seen that yet. That's one of my movies that I have on list I have to watch.
And it's, I don't want to spoil it for you, but it's about,
I seen the preview, so I seen a little bit of the previews.
Like a very highly touted quarterback.
It didn't play, right? Or something.
They went to the national championship, and then he decided, because a lot of other things weren't right with the players, he said, well, we're going to withhold our services and not play. And I have a theory. That the reason that movie has not been widely pushed and publicized is because they're going to show a blueprint, right?
They're going to show the blueprint how to do it, because once you have one kid that's powerful, that's the same. Can you imagine a guy like Trevor Lawrence doing that and not going to the national championship, knowing he was the face of the, he was one number one pick from this freshman year. They said he's going to be a number one pick in 3 or 4 years when he played football. Can you imagine a guy like that saying, bro, me and my team, we decided we're not playing because, y'all got to fix some rules. And then what y'all going to do, play the backups? And then you see that you're not good enough.
You see what kind of product you would have.
Not good enough. You know what I'm saying? We'll sit out. I'm going to the NFL anyway, so we'll sit out. The guys that need to sit out and play. Like, we ain't playing. Some guys are going to play because that's, they feel like they have to get their talent shown so they can get there. But I mean, if that's something that we was on back in the day, I would sit out. I'm like, yep.
Hell yeah. We were like that.
Yeah, I'm not playing. I'm with my boys. If they say we're not playing, I'm not playing, bro. We're not playing. We tell y'all fix it.
And bro, I honestly think that the reason that so many athletes have not seen that movie, I think that's by design, bro. Because just like when
I haven't seen that many. Oh, this movie's coming out. They ain't promoting it like that. They don't want you. They probably don't want you to see it.
Because you remember when Will Smith did the concussion movie, right?
Yeah.
And that movie.
So many people stopped playing after that. A lot of people retired, NFL guys, different guys.
The small press that movie got, it was not enough to how good that movie was.
Yeah.
And I felt like, maybe there was some like, hey, if you advertise this movie, then you won't be able to get favors from us, Big Brother, NFL. And I think in college, it might be the same way with this national championship movie, because I can't see, if I watched that movie with 15 of my boys who I'm in college with, we wouldn't be like, could we sit out?
Man, I mean, I think if a certain person has to do it, if the right person does it first, and then he starts trickling down, and everybody will start falling in line.
Man, that's
because
a great.
All it's going to take somebody, like how they started the D League. It's going to start, somebody has to start an NFL, something like that, an in-between league, or start a league, and it makes contracts guaranteed. You get dental and everything else that you need after football, insurance, health insurance. Like, I can't believe that half the guys in the NFL say they don't get health insurance after they're done playing football. And I'm like, bro, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, that's sick. I'm like, you guys play the most barbaric sport and they don't have no health insurance plan for you guys? That's crazy.
I call that shit cruel and unusual.
That's cruel. That's not nice, bro. That's people being really mean and evil. Like,
yeah,
bro, people were crashing our heads. Body, you see, Jamal Adams just tore his whole quad off. Man. He got to do like in a season-ending surgery. Like, bro, who knows if he's gonna play again? That messing with his mind. Like, dang, bro, I'm hurt again. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's not a game. It's real life. Like, they got to understand that, and that's one thing they got to respect, and we got to keep fighting for that. Everybody in the NFL and basketball, like, keep fighting for it. The things that you want to change, we got to make it happen.
It's a perpetual fight, man.
It's an ongoing thing forever.
I love it. I love it.
You got to change the system. They tweak it a little bit, little by little, bro, and it's been happening over and over. Years after years, been getting a little bit better, and they're gonna have to figure it out, because like you say, guys will stop playing. We'll go play somewhere else and start our own league and make our own, like, generate our own money. Because without the real guys in the NFL and the guys that are playing, it's majority black. It's us. It's us out there. I mean, the only white boys you really gonna see playing is kickers. You're gonna see kickers, quarterbacks, offensive linemen, maybe, and a couple that the ones that are good at defense sprinkled in there. Yeah. You know, it's like salt and pepper on defense. The defense is maybe a linebacker. You might got one good safety that's white, but everybody else is black, bro.
All black as night,
bro. Unless they want to start a Negro league, a football. I never heard of that. A Negro league, football league. Like, man, if they do that, bro, they might have something.
But I mean, but regardless, if we just withhold our services until they give us what we need,
NFL won't be the same.
No sport would be the same, right?
It won't be the same.
Oh man. Well, we're gonna transition and get you out of here on something like, which of your slam dunk contests was most memorable?
Wow, that's a great one. I'm gonna pick two.
Please.
I'm gonna say over Spud. When I dunked over Spud, I think that was, for me, it was life-changing. For one, I was paying homage to him because it was 20 years since he won it. It was the exact same day when I won it. And Jamal Crawford gave me the idea to jump over Spud. He said, Nate, I got a perfect idea. You got to call me. And I'm like, Jamal, you want me to call you? Jamal don't never talk on the phone. He's always a texter.
Right.
No, don't text me, call me. I said, all right, I called him. He's like, man, if you jump over Spud Webb, Nate, you're going to win a dunk contest and you're paying homage to him. We're jumping over him. It's like you're jumping over, and you're taking the torch. He's passing you the torch. And I'm like, that's a good idea. So I figured out how to call Spud. We called him. We practiced on it at the dunk contest one time in Houston, and I jumped over him easy. I was jumping over my teammate 7 feet, 6'11", and I was like, I can definitely jump over somebody 5'7". Like, that's easy. But how we did it, one try, throw the lob, jump over him, stood there, with the jersey on, put his jersey on. I think that it was like a parade for all the little people in the world, man, showing us that us little guys matter.
Yeah.
I was showing them that, we can dunk, we can hoop, we can be a part of the Giants. Like, we are small giants in our own right. And I think that dunk contest really opened the floodgates for young kids to believe that they can do anything they put their mind to. That was my message coming into the league. I wanted to show them that you can do it. Don't think that you're not tall enough, you're not fast enough. I'm gonna show you guys that you can do it at this height. And I think the dunk contest, jumping over Dwight, over Superman, is like passing the torch too, like showing people like, it's not 5'9", 5'7" guys I can jump over. I can jump over your favorite player's favorite player.
Big dog.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, the dunk contest was eye-opening, and it gave me identity for the league. It opened up people's eyes and show like, this little kid from the Knicks, man, he can ball, he can flat out play, and he got bounce, he got hop. We gotta go watch him play. Like, he's entertaining. I wanted them to come see me. I wanted them to come see the Knicks and watch us do what we do. And when I got on the court, I just wanted to entertain. I wanted to show people that impossible is nothing, bro. You can do anything you want.
Well, I mean, throughout that entire run, you captured the hearts and minds of so many fans, and it was just an honor to just be like, yeah, that was my boy. So another question: of all the people you dunked on at any level, high school, college, pro, Big Three, overseas, what's your favorite poster of somebody you just called lacking? Shaq Daddy.
Yeah, when we did the movie Uncle Drew. in the outtakes when we was chilling, they had a basketball court out there. We were hooping, and Shaq kept trying to him and Lisa Leslie kept trying to see how high they can touch on the rim by just standing there. And I told Lisa, I said, man, you get him close enough to that rim, I'm gonna dunk on his ass. And he got close, and we're all in our makeup, and our old, we look hella old. And I took the ball, and I just said, this is my chance. I'm gonna dunk on Shaq. I said something. Not too many people get to do this in their lifetime. And I was like, man, I took the ball and I just banged on him. And I jumped off the rim, and I'm looking old, like I'm 75 years old. And it was so cool. It's just an honor, man. It's just an honor to be around Shaq, to be around his presence, to be around all the greats in that movie. Shout out to Kyrie, Chris Webber, Lisa Leslie. Shout out to Reggie Miller. We had a great time filming, man. And Kyrie, it was dope. And to be able to dunk on Shaq, one of the greatest of all time, man, it was pretty dope. I can always tell my kids I banged on Shaq. Not a lot of people have done that.
Man, you's a wild boy. Well, Brother Nate, you came, you saw, you have tackled all the questions.
I appreciate you having me, bro.
Thank
I'm
you,
gonna have to sign that
Nate.
for you, bro. I'm gonna have to sign that for you, bro, when I see you next, bro.
Man, Brother Nate Robb, man, that's a wrap.
Thank big bro. I appreciate you, man. Love you, dog.
Love you, brother.
Thank you for watching Believe. You can find more great content at Believe.com. That's BLEAV.com. Do you believe?